In today's podcast, I want to talk about when you stop fighting, everything changes. This is going to be a new way to survive and heal from Cassandra Syndrome. So let me say something that might feel, almost impossible to hear right now. What if the thing that's exhausting you the most is not your neurodiverse marriage with an autistic husband? What if it's the fight you've been forced into inside of it? Because if you're a wife experiencing what's often called Cassandra Syndrome, you're not just dealing with disconnection. You're fighting for emotional recognition, validation, reciprocity, and honestly, sometimes just basic humanity. And over time, that fight becomes your entire nervous system. But today, I want to introduce you to a different idea. What if your healing doesn't start by fighting harder, but by learning where to gently, strategically let go? Not give up, not abandon yourself, but let go of the parts that are quietly breaking you. Okay? Can we take a pause here for just 5 seconds and breathe? Let's talk about the hidden exhaustion. Here's what most people don't understand about Cassandra experiences. You're not just tired from your ASD spouse. You're tired from trying to make reality different than it is. Because somewhere inside, there's this constant loop. If I explain it better, if I say it the right way, if I stay calm enough, if I try harder, then maybe, just maybe, he'll finally understand. But what happens instead? You explain, he gives facts. You share pain, he gives logic. You reach, he analyzes. And now you're not just hurt, you're fighting reality itself. And that kind of fight, it will drain you faster than anything else in your life. Let's pause another 5 seconds for breath. I want to talk about the illusion of control. This is one of the hardest truths in neurodiverse marriages. Here it is. You can't force emotional reciprocity out of a brain that processes differently. Not because your ASD husband doesn't care, but because his system is trying to find stability through logic, not connection through emotion. And so what do you do as the NT wife? You push harder. You explain more. You try to create the emotional response you need. But here's the shift. The more tightly you try to control the outcome, the more the relationship starts to feel like something you're gripping instead of something you're in. And just like gripping a flower too tightly, you don't make it bloom. You crush it. Can we pause for another 5 seconds for breath? Let's talk about letting go without losing yourself. Okay? Because this is where a lot of women panic. They say, Mark, are you telling me to just accept this? Are you telling me just to settle? Are you telling me to stop needing emotional connection? No. Not even close. I'm telling you to let go of something very specific. The belief that you can force your autistic husband to meet you emotionally in the way your nervous system demands. Because that belief right there, that's the thing keeping you trapped. Now, letting go doesn't mean you stop needing connection, or that you stop advocating, or that you stop caring. It means you stop tying your emotional survival to whether he responds the way you need. And that changes everything. Let's look at the real source of your pain. Here's the deeper layer most people never talk about. Your pain is not just coming from him. It's coming from the collision between two realities. The relationship you'd hoped for and the relationship you're actually in. And your nervous system is trying to hold both at the same time. That creates internal conflict. And internal conflict is one of the most exhausting states a human being can live in. Because part of you is saying, this isn't enough. But another part is saying, but I can't leave, or I don't want to leave, or I still love him. So now the fight isn't just with him, it's inside you. Let's take another 5-second breath. Let's talk about ending the inner war. This is where everything begins to shift. Because the real goal is not fix him. The real goal is end the war inside yourself. Okay, what does that look like? It looks like this. You stop asking, why won't he be different? And you start asking, given who he is, how do I protect and stabilize myself? That's not resignation. That's leadership. Because you stop fighting reality. You gain your energy back. You get clarity back. You get choice back. And for the first time in a long time, you're not reacting. You're deciding. Now let's talk about what letting go actually creates. And here's the surprising part. When you let go of control, you don't lose power. You regain it. Because now you're not chasing emotional crumbs. You're not escalating conversations trying to get through. You're not collapsing when he responds logically. Instead, you begin to relate to him based on who he actually is, not who you've been hoping he would become. And now something very interesting happens. The relationship often becomes calmer, clearer, less volatile, because you're no longer trying to force a version of him that his system can't sustain. And that creates space. That creates space for realistic connection, structured communication, and sometimes surprising forms of closeness. Let's take a pause. I want to talk about the reframe that changes everything. Let me give you something that I want you to walk away with. Your husband's lack of emotional response is his system's attempt to create stability. And your pursuit of emotional connection is your system's attempt to create safety. Neither of you is wrong. But you are operating from different nervous system languages. And when you stop trying to force one into the other, you can finally start building something that works in reality. Now, if this hits something deep inside of you, I want you to hear this very clearly. You are not crazy. You are not too emotional. You're not being unreasonable. And you're not asking for too much. But the way you're trying to get it, that's what's been hurting you. And when you begin to let go of the fight, you don't disappear. You come back to yourself. I've lost track of the number of NT wives that have said, I've lost a piece of myself. I've turned into somebody I don't even like. Okay, that can change. That can change today. That can change today. Let go of the fight. Let go of the fight. There is a woman who lives by the sea, and every night she climbs the narrow steps of a lighthouse and lights the lamp so ships can find their way. From the shore, it looks simple. A steady glow in the darkness. But those who've never been inside the lighthouse don't see the weight of the lamp or the effort it takes to keep the flame alive, or the loneliness that comes from standing watch while others sleep. Many who suffer from Cassandra Syndrome know this feeling well. You are the lighthouse keeper in your own relationship, shining light, pleading for recognition of what you see so clearly, while those around you dismiss the storm. You know the truth of your reality, but your partner tells you that your truth is too much. It's not real, and you're exaggerating. This is not madness, and it's not weakness. It's the heavy burden of holding sight when others look away. Yet, here is the comfort. Lighthouses are not built in vain. Ships may deny the storm, but still, they turn their rudders when they see the beam. And though you may not always feel it, your light reaches farther than you know. Your intuition is real. Your experience is valid. Your heart sees truths that others may not be ready or even able to acknowledge. You are not invisible. Even when ignored, you are still whole. Even when dismissed, your inner knowing remains trustworthy. Even when love feels one-sided, your capacity for deep empathy proves your strength, not your fragility. And here is the secret. You were never meant to shine your light only for one ship. There are others out there, friends, kindred spirits, communities, extended family members, who see your lighthouse and feel less alone because of it. So tonight, as you carry your lamp once more, remember this. You are not crazy for feeling unseen. You are not too much for longing to be understood. You are not alone even in your loneliness. Your voice matters. Your experience matters. And though the storm may rage, your light is proof of your courage. The world needs you to keep shining. Perhaps not forever for the one ship that won't turn, but for all those who are quietly steering towards safety because they see you. You are the silent lighthouse, and you are not forgotten.